Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel for another war video. We're up against X5E in War 5 and we're taking on this Gore on Path 1. Personal space regeneration, but it's not really a problem because we're just going to shut that down in addition to all of Gore's extra buffs. So we're going to be just fine in this fight. It lasts 2 special 2s because we don't get a crit on the first one. And I think it's about a 30-second fight. So really nothing to this one. We're just going in here, launching the SP2. Now we're gonna dex most of the SP2, and then we're just gonna parry, go back in for the neutralize, or I guess we intercept, and then this SP2 will finish the job. So very straightforward fight. Next up we have probably the sloppiest war of my entire war season so far. Should be a very straightforward matchup because Warlock turns off masochism over time. Well, at least stops the healing from it. But you're gonna see here, I forget about it several times when the timer comes back. I eat a heavy from MODOK. I forget about his auto block. I was just immediately kind of off my rhythm here. And so it ends up costing me like 50% of my health. It gets pretty sketchy, to be honest. There, I forgot about the masochism, ate a heavy, and I'm immediately down to about 70%. I should have just been parry heavying, keeping this very straightforward. And just paying attention to the masochism timer. There, I miss a parry and just take a bunch of hits. So now I'm in a pretty bad situation, and so I'm going to throw out the special 3 to get a little bit of healing. Try to kind of reset my mind for this fight. Parry there. So we're closing this one out, landing our parries, but as you can see, this fight was just really ugly and cost us a lot of health, including the end there. More missed parries costing us hits to the face. Next up we have Spider-Ham on Path 4. This should be a very straightforward fight. Our new rank 4 Nick Fury is making his war debut here. Just one fight for him, but it should be pretty straightforward, pretty simple. The game plan here is to just throw SP1s to purify debuffs. We'll go unblockable, light ending combos, and bleed him down. Should be pretty straightforward. I get pretty close to an SP2 here, so I just decide to throw the SP1, take the power sting damage. Sticks only fight, and I wanted to purify that debuff and make sure that we wouldn't get pushed to an SP2. I'm just trying to bait out these SP1s, and if possible I'll knock him down to remove the debuffs, go unblockable myself. But there's not a lot of risk in this fight, since it's my only Nick fight. Even if I would get absolutely demolished by something, have my second life, but we're not gonna have to rely on that. Again, this is a perfectly safe fight with Nick. Just land some intercepts. You're gonna go unblockable whenever you knock him down, so you have easy openings there. And then the bleed damage will just take care of the rest. So, there we go. Pretty straightforward. And next up, we're taking on a Havoc. Crumbling armor, steady build up unblockable. The basic game plan here is to just... I laughed, sorry. I got distracted because I put on a regen boost because I forgot that there was heal block on this node. Trying to save myself a potion, but ended up just going in with 80% health. Not a very smart move on my part. Should have just used the PS1 in this situation. But this is a very straightforward matchup again for Warlock. I'm gonna keep power draining him whenever I block a projectile. Just try to stay aggressive so you don't get armor broken. You don't want to throw your heavies in this fight because then you will put a bleed on him, which puts a plasma on you. It's okay if he throws the SP1. We're power draining him enough that you shouldn't ever really get plasmas on you unless you go for the bleed from the heavy. Reparry here. Go in for the SP2 and finish him off. Almost no health lost. Should have used a potion anyway, just to be safe, but it works out. And then we're moving on to the final fight of our war, which is a fight that you guys have seen way too many times. King Groot, Safeguard, taking it with Rintra. In this fight, unfortunately, I'm not able to get the permanent armor breaks on myself, so it takes even longer than normal. But again, the goal in this fight with Rintra is to just be as aggressive as possible and place as many ruptures as possible. So the way to do that is lights in the corner when we're rooted, and when we have a lot of mystical charges, I'm just going to hit his block with lights as much as possible, so that we'll stack those ruptures, which will tick over time, and they actually do a pretty good amount of damage. I'm not really going to throw a special in this fight. It's Safeguard. All it's going to do is turn on the Conduit debuff, which will cause him to regen, and SP3, while it would not trigger that debuff from Conduit, just wouldn't really do any damage, would still only be limited to 1%. So I'm just going to basic combo him here, and I'll kind of just let this play out here because, again, you guys have seen this fight from me, I don't know, probably 8 times at this point. Again, no way you're going to die here. It's just light combos, place ruptures, and take care of this King Groot. I really don't understand this placement. It's about as brain dead as a fight can get with Rintra. You literally don't have to do anything other than just parry and hit this guy. There's nothing really to worry about. You can eat as many hits as you want. But anyway, I digress. He's gonna go down here, and that's gonna be the war for me. 5 fights, 5 solos. And overall, as an alliance, it was a great war for us. Again, we only had 2 deaths to their 19, and they still had a couple fights left. So, pretty solid victory for us. That's where we want to be in terms of death count, 2, 1, 0, if we want to compete for the top of the podium. So, happy with that. Hopefully we can keep it up. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. Like, subscribe, share if you feel like it. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.